Hey there, Tano. I'm Shadow Scythe, and yes, I am well aware that it's been a while, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There are three major factors as to why I kinda just haven't been doing the videos after I got my computer into a position where I could. One being the lack of new content, so there really wasn't too much for me to actually cover. There was the fact that I really had no ideas as to what to even cover to begin with, which just really sucks whenever I say that. And then the last one just being the fact that I've been getting sidetracked with everything under the sun lately. Especially since I'm currently still getting stuff figured out behind the scenes with TennoCon, since I'm actually not going by myself this year. So I gotta get that figured out and get everything coordinated with the people who I'm sharing the room with. Anyway, today what we're doing is, it's gonna be a fashion-forward video on the brand new Dexcalibur skin that came out yesterday. That from the time it went live yesterday until March 28th is available to all players.
Lucky for you, I've got a hot.
So, we're just gonna do a quick, easy mission as always. Run through, let you guys see what the skin looks like. Then we'll take a look at it under our fine-tuned microscope that is our arsenal.
Okay, you know the drill. Get in. Get the Iatan treasure. Don't get killed.
Obviously, Maru.
Right? For the Lotus.
And while there aren't really any visual changes to the abilities, I have to admit, this skin just looks fucking amazing. I mean, I'm one of those people that, when it comes to Excalibur, I could take him or leave him just because he's not someone that I play a lot of. Therefore, it's just a matter of if I feel like playing him. But I love the freaking melee channeling with this skin because literally your entire body just fucking lights up. It's fucking amazing. Like, there are no channeling patterns. It's just like, yep, I'm just gonna be a walking glow stick. So let's get this elevator coming. It's kind of annoying that that doesn't start on the lower floor automatically. Oh, never mind, yeah, it did. I thought I was going up, not down. But I mean, this skin's actually really easy to customize with the right colors. The only sort of issue that I have is, if you'll notice, like, along his back, and if I can get to a decent light, pretty much like all this right along his back, and then the darker color that's showing up on him, those are actually a very, very dark purple that I pulled out of the Lotus color palette. Because the one thing, unfortunately, with this skin is if you exclude the energy color, it is 50% metallic.
I mean, you're gonna be fine.
And there are just certain colors that if you put them into a metallic retrospect, they are not... They just don't look good. And my usual purples are one such color. So I had to pull something out of the Lotus color palette kind of to stick
Don't
with my
look
theme,
now, tin stuff. There's an
but
I-10
also
nearby.
to,
That's what we came here for. Your job's done.
but also just so that I could kind of get a little more of a variety going. Alright, let's get out of here before shit gets too intense and they actually end up killing me. Not like that would really happen. I just don't want to run out of energy. Which, as you can see from the armor, I'm using the Prisma Ito shoulder plate on the right side. And I'm using the Dex No Shalai Sandana that we had gotten last year. We're going to skip the cinematic. We are going to come right over to here. Equipment, arsenal. But yeah, this way you guys can see like the full color. And if you look closely, you can see I have two different shades of purple. One being the normal shade that I use, and then the other one being that one out of the Lotus color palette. But I love all of these metallics throughout the skin. They really outdid themselves with designing this. And what you're seeing right on my chest is actually the scar sigil that I never took off from the old color scheme I was using with this color configuration. And I just decided to leave it on there because it just looks like it should have been part of the skin. Like, that was just really nice positioning with where I had it. Anyway, as I said before, all that you have to do is log in between the 14th and the 28th and you will automatically get this skin. I don't know if it's live on console. That's something that I will be checking out later today. I'd imagine that if it isn't live yet, it should be going live here soon. But as for the color breakdown, primary color white, tertiary color being the that dark purple out of the Twilight color palette that I always use, and the energy color being the same, like one in from the left at the bottom. Accents, of course, is going to be my usual rose gold or copper, depending on what your contrast and all that other shit with your monitor settings are. Or if you're looking at this in-game itself, then it would depend on whether or not you have legacy color palettes turned on. And then secondary color is this purple out of the Lotus color palette. Because if like you can faintly see it right now, but this is actually a very metallic color, and all I have to do is hover over a brighter color and you can see. I don't like these, and I don't like most shades of purple or any color really in a metallic, with the exceptions of like whites, grays, golds, the rose gold color that I normally use, because those all look like true metallics, and the white to a certain extent does look silver. Which is why I went with this, because it's dark enough that it's not overbearing, and in most cases with the lighting it just looks like it's going to be black. Anyway, the Sandana was just... the Sandana is Orokin palette white for the primary and tertiary. The rose gold metallic out of the Storm color palette. The rightmost purple at the bottom in the Twilight color palette. And the energy color is actually this color out of the Twitch palette. However, there are duplicates in both the Lotus and the Twilight color palettes that you can pick if you didn't spend the money on a Warframe partner on Twitch to unlock this palette for yourself. Then as far as the actual attachments itself, which is going to cover the Ito shoulder plate, which is the only armor piece that I am using, because I always like the look of doing the one-arm shoulder plate when it comes to these. It just, for whatever reason in my mind, that always looked more badass. And unfortunately, the Prisma Ito armor is so weird with its tint masks, it's almost impossible to use it with other armor pieces and it look really nice. But the primary color, which is going to affect like your little dot and your little plates here, is going to be that same purple out of the Twilight palette. The secondary color, which covers the outside edge as well as these things, is going to be that rose gold. The tertiary color, I'm actually using this gray. Well, this gray slash tan, just because the white, using white on that, it's a little too much and it makes it look clunky and dumb. But that gray actually stands out because it almost looks weathered and kind of like it was treated metal when the armor piece was forged, in my eyes. Then white, which really only affects these 3 spots here. But that's about the only place on here that it doesn't look overbearing and doesn't fuck with the prismatic energy flow. And then the energy is actually going to be this color out of the Twilight color palette. As you can see, there's a bunch of different colors to pick, but in some cases it gets a little distorted and harder to see, which is why I went with this purple, because you can see it plain as day no matter what the lighting is and where you are. And that's pretty much going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys like this video for whatever reason, hit that like button and subscribe. And be sure to follow me on Twitter for any sort of news related to Twitch, YouTube, and IRL that could be causing a delay or a cancellation. I'm going to try to get back into this regularly, which should be a bit easier since I've started having more ideas coming into my head on videos that I want to do. And we've got some new content coming out relatively soon. Even if we don't get any new weapons this week, we are getting Zephyr Prime next week. So I will be going absolutely apeshit with her Prime Access Kit. And I might be doing another operator video just because I am planning on getting the accessories and using part of the operator suit coming in her accessory kit. Because I've changed my operator up a couple of different times just because I didn't actually like what I've done in the past videos. And I actually like what my operator is set to right now. But I am getting off topic. So I'll let you guys get back to it. And until next time, Tenno, stick to the shadows.